What's up, YouTube? So today's topic, I'm going to talk about the reasons why I have a lot of anger, and the reasons why I get so angry and I get so fed up and I get so like pissed off, and I have a lot of like anxiety when it comes to anger and rage. Um, if you know me person or if you're watching this, you probably think I'm very nice, I'm very cool, which I am because I like to treat people with respect. It's not that I like to treat people how I want to be treated. I'm big on justice, and I'm a firm believer of karma. But even karma doesn't exist because life has shown me karma may not exist. Um, I'm a firm believer. At least, basically, I have morals and integrity. So like, I like to treat like the type of people I used to dealt with through abusive family members and other assholes that I've dealt with in the past and even currently. The same type of pain they inflicted onto me. I never, ever, in my dear fucking heart, would never, ever would want to put the people I'm dealing with or the people I'm meeting with or this random people, I never want to put them into the same pain that I've experienced from other people. So I don't want to be the type of person that I don't want to become the type of person that caused pain to other people, just like the people that I've dealt with that caused pain onto me. So I don't want to be like those types of people who cause pain onto me, and I never ever want to put a spirit or a soul through the same type of pain that would these people put me through. You get what I'm saying? I hope that makes sense. So the more like, and I guess that could be a blessing in disguise, I guess, like the more narcissistic abuse you've experienced growing up. And keep in mind, if you experience narcissistic abuse, it is not your fault. It is not your fault. Just know that it's God's fault and it's the universe's fault. People like to blame them, or people like to look at it as demonic entities, which is true. It is demonic spiritual warfare. But what people don't look at the bigger picture, and a lot of people, especially in the spiritual community, they don't talk about this. They like to think shit from a surface level. So they like to think, oh, it's demonic entities attacking them. It's because it's part of their soul mission, and it's because they're meant to break generational curses, which is fine. Yes, that does play a role. But how I look at it is, what helps me at least, it's God's fault and it's the universe's fault, and is this realm, is this reality's fault, and or it could be my spirit or my higher self. I blame them because just the fact that things like this even exist and even allows to happen, and people may call it free will, or like people may say like, oh, it's just part of life, which is fine, which is fine. But yeah, but just the fact that we do have that much free will for negative entities from higher realms that we can't see, that they like to possess human bodies or influence their mind to harm innocent people. You know what I'm saying? Just the fact that shit like this exists. Now, I'm also a firm believer, like, I don't believe in coincidences. So people who experience narcissistic abuse, especially when they're come from family members who are abusive, like dysfunctional families, those are generational curses. I personally do believe, and I am sure of myself, and I know to be a fact, that when people experience this, it's not a coincidence. In some cases, it is a coincidence, but people who constantly experience this shit over and over again, especially if they're born around family members, no, I don't think it's a coincidence. I feel like it was meant to happen. I'm not, and people may say, "Oh, it sounds bad that people were meant to experience abuse." I yes and no. So when I believe that people were meant to experience abuse, I'm not saying it from a way where like you've done something bad in the past life or you deserve that shit. No, but I do believe we're meant to experience abuse solely because God or the universe or our higher self or this realm, they want us to experience this shit so we can evolve and grow and help other people along the way. That's what I believe in. But what I have a problem with that is that, like, see, the problem with God and the universe and spirit has, and again, if you're watching this, you don't have to agree with I am. If you think I'm delusional, if you think whatever, again, it's a YouTube channel. I'm speaking my mind. The purpose of people who have YouTube platforms is for them to speak their own minds and for them to speak through their own perspectives, through their own experiences. So you don't have to agree with what I'm saying. But where was I getting at? So but the problem with God and the universe, how I view them, is that like they have a the fucking problem is that like they allow certain spirits and certain souls to try to quote unquote wake people up. And I'm not saying only like everyone has a unique gift and they're meant for great things. I'm not saying just because you have certain souls they're meant to wake people up. No, and other people are just pushed to the side. No, it's not like that. I meant like, it's just annoying how like God would kind of like, basically all the problems we have in this world and this reality, God in the universe and these higher beings in these other realms or in the afterlife, they have the power and free will to end that shit, point blank. But no, but God wants to use a select few people to go through fucked up situations so they can wake people up. This is why you have a select few people who invent the light bulb or fucking electricity, and you have other people who are very knowledgeable when it comes to spiritual information, when it comes to health, when it comes to narcissism. Only a select few people. Why can't it be billions of people have the same, not I wouldn't say the same mindset, but they at least have the awareness of it, you know? Because obviously a lot of people have the same awareness of it, then then this world wouldn't be the way it is. There wouldn't be real corruption, there wouldn't be restrictions, there wouldn't be evil shit happening, and things will flow, and we'll have access to more advanced technology and energy and facilities, and life will run a lot more smoother. But no, but because God allows certain people to have certain knowledge, this is why the world is the way it is. Yes, it is a collective fault. It is me and other people's fault for not being aware of it from the get-go. It is our fault to a certain extent. It is the people's fault. But at the same time, it's when it comes to spirituality, there are higher aspects. So it's God and the universe. It's their fault too for allowing this bullshit to happen. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I view shit. You don't have to agree with me, but and that's why I'm so pissed and mad, because it's like God will really allow me to experience this. All my life, I've always been around retarded fucking people, man. I'm not saying everyone. If you know me in real life, I'm not talking about you, but I'm talking about people who inflicted a lot of pain onto me, like all my family members and just other assholes that I dealt with growing up, man. And all these people, and I'm aware they're all narcissistic, so they're all either spiritually possessed, or they have some type of envy, or like they're jackasses. So not only did they do that shit to me, they do that shit to the people. But it's just fucked up how like God will kind of orchestrate that shit. So it's a lot to explain, but just know that like I have a right to be extremely angry and extremely pissed off at what life will put me through. You know what I'm saying? And when I say life, I'm not saying, oh, it's just life. No, like all this shit was orchestrated because I know what the fuck I've experienced. Man, it's just bullshit, man. And I study a lot of spirituality. I study a fuckload of spirituality, and I observe a lot. Even with my placements, I have Virgo, Scorpio, and Scorpio. My big three is Scorpio, Virgo, and Scorpio. So that's a detective type of energy. So I naturally love to investigate and shit like that. Not that I'm thinking too much into it, but I'm the type of person that I want to look the facts. I'm not like most people who like to submit to fucking new age information and to go along with the fucking program, and then they wonder why their lives are still fucked up. They're always miserable deep down. Even though on social media or in YouTube, they like to put on a fake smile and a fake ass facade saying, oh, everything's gonna be all right, or you're gonna get through this. These people will get their karma. Oh, you're meant to break generational curses. Nah, fuck that. Like, I'm not one of those people. Like, no. Even though there is certain truths behind that, I'm not gonna act like everything is okay and like, no, it's fucked up, man. It's fucking bullshit, and this is why I'm so pissed off, man. It's like God will forcefully even when I say God, I'm talking about the universe, your higher self, your spirit. Who are the fuck responsible for allowing my physical being to be put here and to experience all this bullshit from people, man? And I'm not saying everyone, like, no, I'm talking about specifically like family members who like, they're just so fucking shitty, man. I'm very convinced they are possessed by a demonic entity, because like they just lack empathy, they have no morals, they have no fucking integrity, and like they'll just do shit behind closed doors, and they're just, and like they laid hands on me, they're verbally abusive, and like they'll do shit, and whenever I call them out or defend myself, and then they want to play victim, and then they try to use people who have no fucking awareness for the types of people they are. They'll use that shit against me, man. Like, fuck, man. And then God or the universe, they'll always orchestrate situations where now I gotta physically separate from them. So now I can't get my fucking revenge, man. And not only that, but if I do get my revenge, I know what I'm capable of doing. I'm capable of either harming them badly or doing some type of like shit to where like, nah, I'm gonna have to be put into jail or prison. So either way, it's a lose-lose situation. And when it comes to narcissistic abuse, a lot of people who suffer from narcissistic abuse, it takes a long ass time for them just to fucking heal and suffer, and just to heal and overcome that shit, man. Like, I watched a tarot reading, and she mentioned that like that people, like specifically people, the audience who's watching this tarot reading, who are going through narcissistic abuse, she her tarot reading said that a spirit is gonna grant us into a life to where we're gonna live a happier life and we're gonna be more healed once we're able to overcome it. And I'm like, man, fuck spirit, man, fuck spirit. Like, you spirit, you're really gonna fucking put me through all this bullshit and abuse. And not only that, but from the healing process, not only it takes a long ass and even years, because I've been going through this shit for years, and now I'm still experiencing trauma after trauma, shitty people after shitty people. Not only I have to heal from that shit from fucking years, but now it's gonna take a long ass time, and every fucking day it's fucking hard just to heal from that shit, man. Like, damn, dude, the amount of healing work I gotta do. Like, I'm always in the fucking gym, like, and not just external. I'm trying to heal internally too. How to heal internally? You gotta cry shit out. You gotta release, you know. But this is bullshit, man. And then you got time speeding up, so like I don't have time to fucking work on my mental and physical health like that while on top of other priorities like that, because you got the days and time speeding up so fucking fast for no fucking reason. But you see how life and those astrological influences will kind of like challenge you, not in a good way, but in a way where it's gonna piss you off. So what I realized about the human experience is that at times, or most of the times, you're gonna have to accept restrictions, and you're going to have to accept life not being fair, because it's not fair. It's bullshit. You know what I'm saying? That's why people say life is not fair. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, and I hate this world too, because it's like the area I'm at is always fucking snowing. It's always winter. Like, it's always raining and fucking snowing. So like I don't have time to go outside and just get my runs in outside. I always got to run at a bullshit fucking treadmill, or not even that. Like I hate staying inside all day, so I have to go outside. It's hard to fucking do that when it's fucking snowing all day. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, dude. I hate the cold so much. Dude. Fuck. And like, why does the universe do that shit, though? Like, when people who do you wrong, and then the universe will never see me get these people, like, God or the universe, they'll always prevent me from seeing these people get their fucking karma. So now it disturbs my peace of mind. So now it disturbs me. Versus if I were to take them out or just harm them, then I feel a lot better. Or I'll cuss them out. I'm not talking about through online, but I'm talking about in person, where I'll cuss them out, I'll fight them and shit like that. And I feel better if I were to do that. But God will either separate me far, like from location wise, or God won't prevent me from seeing them get their fucking karma. And it's not a coincidence. I've dealt with this through family members, through past exes. Like, all these people, crazy how all this shit was orchestrated. You know what I'm saying? The average person who haven't experienced what I've experienced, they could probably think like I'm either making it up or I'm just talking out my ass. Well, you could think that, but just know that you're probably the type of person who hasn't really been through shit in life, and you probably have life easy, and you're still struggling. You know what I'm saying? Weak ass bitch. But this is bullshit, man. I've experienced a lot of spiritual shit in this lifetime, and I'm not even halfway. I'm not even halfway done with life. And the amount of spiritual shit I've experienced, when you experience a lot of spiritual shit growing up, it's hard to explain to the average person and through your own words through a fucking video. You know, I've experienced a lot of paranormal shit, and it's like God expects me just to take all that shit, man, and to be all lovey and dovey like most of these fucking YouTubers. You know what I'm saying? Nah, I'm not like that, bitch. I'm not fucking like that. It's a serious fucking problem. Like, God expects you to go through all this bullshit and to be all happy and pick yourself up and heal and just be all loving. Get the fuck out of here, man. Get the fuck out of here. Damn, man. Like, this is why I'm surprised I'm not in fucking jail and prison. The amount of self-control I have. And these same people, I haven't even, like, swung at them or anything like that. I wanted to, but you know what I'm saying? Look at me. I'm able to still live a successful life, man. I got a nice career. I manifested a fucking car, making stable income. But I'm aware all that shit can be taken away from me, man. If I let these jackasses and these narcissistic people just run through my mind and shit like that, man. So I got to heal from it. So what helps me get over these situations is to know that, like, in any given moment, life can be taken away from you, and that, like, no matter what, someone always have a harder. So there's just someone that have life in prison, life in jail. You know what I'm saying? People don't have as much freedom compared to me in these third world countries. So gratitude and being thankful definitely helps me get through the day. You know what I'm saying? Because at any given moment, it can be taken away from me. You know, I'm glad I haven't been to a car accident. I'm glad I haven't like accidentally like run someone over. I'm glad I have arms and legs. You know what I'm saying? So what I realize about when you're going through a lot of anger and a lot of like you just feel some type of way, you just want that revenge, but you can't get that. What helps me is have gratitude. I know it sounds corny, but just realize that like it could always be worse. You know what I'm saying? It could always be worse. You know, you could be blind, you could have one eye, you could have no arms or legs, um you could be like disabled. You know what I'm saying? So just be thankful that you're healthy, that you have the gift of sight, you can hear. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm think like be thankful of that you have a car, or like you have a place to stay, or you have people who love you. You know what I'm saying? Oh man. But yeah, man. Bullshit, man. But yeah, man. But like, it gets annoying though. Like time. Like, you got time speeding up and all that. That shit annoys the hell out of me, cause it's like how I want to, how I want my life to, my daily life routine to be. I have a set of things that I want to get done when it comes to physical, mental health, and obviously completing my appointments and running tasks. Right. I want to do those things, but the thing is, I don't even have time to do those things, because time is speeding up so damn fast. So I'm like, damn, like shit, man. Like, man, it is what it is, though. But I think God is trying to teach me a lesson about life. I think what God is trying to teach me is that, like, unfortunately, at times, or most of the times, as you're going through about life, you are going to experience things that are out of your control. Like me, I love going outside and I love getting fresh air and just running. I'm a runner, but it's always snowing, it's always cold, so I don't like that shit, and I don't want to slip and fall on my ass while running outside. So, cause it's fucking icy and it's snowing, and I could do it, but maybe I'm making excuses. But either way, but it's just a life lesson knowing that like, no matter what happens, you can't change shit out of. At times, things are going to happen out of your control, and not just with that, but with dealing with shitty people, especially family members. Like, not just family members, but life in general. If you're dealing with shitty, disrespectful people, yes, they're gonna be assholes towards you, and unfortunately, you're gonna be put in situations where like you cannot see them get their karma, you cannot see them get their punishment. You know what I'm saying? And that's the sad truth. So you gotta have faith. You gotta just believe in yourself. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to my tarot reader, because my personal tarot reader, that's what she told me. When you're dealing with narcissistic abuse, at times you're gonna have to like have faith within God or anyone you believe, like a higher power. You could be your spirit, your higher self. You gotta have that faith that like whatever is done to you will be like karma is a real thing. So whatever you experience is going to be put out. You know what I'm saying? The same people who disrespect you, who went out of hand, who done some shit to you, especially unprovoked, just know that they're gonna get that shit back. What goes around comes around. You know what I'm saying? So at this point, you just gotta have faith. You just gotta have faith. And I'm not religious like that. And we are in the age of Pisces, so I'm aware that like I'm kind of programmed when it comes to spirituality. Like I'm aware that I am lost of my illusions. So don't take what I'm saying seriously. It could be I'm just affected by astrology and shit like that. Because we're in the age of Pisces. It deals with illusions and shit like that. But even if you like study the Bible or other like biblical and religious scriptures, it says that when you're navigating through life, you always have to have faith from a higher power, right? And it makes sense. So when people do you wrong or this life just hits you, you got nothing. And when it seems like nothing is going your way, you got no choice but to have faith. What's the word? Faith beyond sight, or it's something like that. You know what I'm saying? Where like it may not look good on the surface, but as long as you have that tunnel vision, as long as you have that belief and that faith that no matter what you go through, things will be all right. You know what I'm saying? And I hope that's a real thing. And that's what's so hard about faith too, man. Because what's so hard about faith is that like you can't physically see it. Like there's no facts. You know what I'm saying? So even when people do you wrong, it's any life situation where it's not going in your favor, or you're put into a shitty situation, it sucks, man. Like, because with faith, it requires you to believe that no matter what you're going through right now, it's not going to last, and something better will come out of it. You know what I'm saying? So faith, my I guess the definition of faith is not having a guarantee, but knowing there's going to be a guarantee. If that makes sense, you know. So one of the hardest things about faith is you actually got to believe despite nothing, you know. So I guess that's a superpower within life, and that's how you got to be close to your spirit, or that's how you have to rely on a higher power. You know what I'm saying? I feel like within everyone, we all experience multiple situations to where life is really going to test us, to where like we can't really like we don't know the outcome, but we have no choice but to have faith. Unfortunately, we have no choice but to believe. You know what I'm saying? And that what makes life extremely challenging. You know, but if you're able to master belief and faith, then I feel like it would be. I want to say easy because, like I said, like life, this realm, it'll always find a way to throw you off your path or to catch you off guard and to forcefully put you in rock bottom, no matter what you're going through, no matter what stage you are in life. Life has the power to do that, and it will do that. You know, everyone experiences that. You know, so you just gotta. Life is about just picking yourself back up and believing in yourself and having faith, regardless of the situation. If you're watching my video, if it resonates, it doesn't have to be my situation where like you're just dealing with shitty people and you're put in a shitty situation, you know. But it doesn't have to be that. It could be anything. It could be with finances. It could be with your health. It could be anything, you know what I'm saying? Just take it how it resonates to your life, you know? And like I said, if I say God or the universe, just use that as your spirit, as your higher self, as anyone that you believe in, you know what I'm saying? But, yeah, that's all I gotta say, man. But yeah, I'm just pissed, man. I'm pissed of what these narcissistic people have put me through and how long the healing work I have to do. Not only that, I'm more so pissed because I'm always feeling angry and I don't have a peace of mind. And that's part of the healing process where one day you feel good and the next day you don't. But I've been experiencing this shit since 2017, man. It's pissed me off. So it's 6 fucking years, man. It's about to be 7 years, you know? And this shit's ongoing. You know? I'm also more pissed of the fact that God really put me through situations that were out of my control, that were harmful to me. And now I have no choice but to have faith and to believe in a higher power that no matter what I'm going through is going to get better. You know what I'm saying? And it sucks too because, and we all experience that shit, you know? We all experience that shit, you know? But it just sucks because like I have a Scorpio rising, and usually with Scorpio risings, they always go through like a quote unquote death and rebirth. So this shit gets fucking annoying. I always got to reinvent myself and shit like that, man. Fuck. Well, I was gonna say something. But yeah, but what really pissed me off again is time speeding up. Don't get me wrong, there are pros and cons. Time speeding up. Like if you're working at a job you don't want to be in, yeah, time speeding up is gonna be good. But I'm talking about when like you're just trying to get shit done, and you know, it's damn near impossible because days are going by a lot faster. You know, so what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? And time's gonna speed up, collapse the system, then you know, or something. Do something. But that's just not gonna happen. Man, again, I'm also more so pissed of like the fact that God allows a lot of like corrupt and restricted shit to happen. Like this world could be a much better place, but it's not because of God, pretty much. Even though people are responsible, including myself, I feel like God has the power to fucking change that shit. It could be through anything. It could be through fucking witchcraft, through fucking like manifesting more aware spirits into this realm, or just something, dude. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm so pissed, because God's lack of help. But I'm also pissed again. Time speeding up. It's my life situation, man. I'm tired of I'm busting my ass off to try to change my life situation. But no matter what, I always get what I want, but not what I need. You know what I'm saying? Should I throw life examples? My life examples, nah. But just know that whenever I'll work my ass off to get what I want, it always comes at a cost to where I'm always there's always a shitty outcome behind it. You know what I'm saying? So for example, like I manifested in myself, I put in the work for myself to get out of my abusive family situation and to have a much better high paying career. I manifested a car, my own place, and I was able to move out of my situation, right? But and not only that, but I worked my ass off to and to gain other shit that I was lacking a couple years ago, right? But now what sucks is that like I'm not around like-minded people, and like I'm not, you know what I'm saying? There's always and I'm always in locations where it's always fucking snowy, so I can't go out as much. You know what I'm saying? And like I'm always like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm always like, there's always like a restriction. You know, and I feel like I deserve those things, but it's like life is just fucking restricting that shit. I don't know what the fuck, man. So, you know, but like I said before, it's just life. It's just trying to test you, my theory, you know. But I'm not, so if you're watching this, it's okay to get angry, it's okay to get pissed off, you know, you're not alone. But this shit really gets to me, man. So, but try to find outlets to release that anger, and try to find outlets to release your thoughts. You know, what helps me is going to the gym a lot. You know, obviously I can't run outside, but at least I'm thankful that I even have a fucking gym. You know, some people, they don't have access to a gym. You know what I'm saying? And who am I to bitch and complain when other people, even watching this video, have a tougher situation and they're experiencing tougher obstacles compared to me? So who am I to complain and bitch? And you know what I'm saying? You know, so yeah. So that's all I gotta say, man. Just trying to find outlets to help get off your anger, because the last thing you want to do, you don't want your emotions to overconsume you. You don't want your emotions to override you, and that's how people go to prison. I'm not saying everyone that goes to prison in general, because there are innocent people or people who are put into unfortunate circumstances in life. Either that, or they lack information, unfortunately, because they weren't taught the right things growing up, that they're put in jail and prison. But in other cases, there are people who let their emotions got the best of them, and it put them to a worse situation, like jail or prison or other situations, even like death or long-term injury. So you don't want to be put into that situation. And trust me, like I'm speaking this, like I know I'm talking about, because I've experienced, like, I mean, like I have a lot of like intense emotions, you know, like I've a lot of Scorpio placements and Virgo. So these two placements, they're known for overthinking and driving themselves insane, you know. So so again, my best advice is to find an outlet. You see how I'm making YouTubes, I'm speaking my mind. That actually heals me. And because when you have a lot of anger, it creates a lot of energy. What I've learned from what other people said, and these people are right. When you're angry, you have a lot of energy. So you got to turn that something into greatness. So use your pent up energy to either start your own business, start your YouTube channel, try to use it to lift weights, try to use it to run outside, try to use it to do your fasting, to do your yoga, to do your breath work. Focusing on your physical and mental health, or try to use your anger to put you in a better situation and spot in life, because the emotion anger is very powerful. It's very powerful. If you direct in the right way, it will take you far. But also at the same time, you got to learn how to release that, because I think someone mentioned this too. Anger is like a fire, pretty much. The fire is good. The fire is more energy. So you can use that fire to get shit done and to be successful, right? But you could also use that fire to heal your emotions too. So the same way fire exists, also a fire is capable of being put out. So the same way your anger rises, it can also be put out. Now, the way for you to put your anger out is to do the healing work. So not only, yes, you can use the anger to experience success externally, which a lot of people do, and shout out to New Mind Frame, because New Mind Frame mentioned that. Like, a lot of people tend to heal externally, but they don't heal it internally. That's what New Mind Frame mentioned, and she's right. It's true. Because, and that's what narcissists do, or people who experience like a lot of trauma. Like, they tend to heal shit from externally. Do that shit internally. Shout out to her. That's what she mentioned. I don't want to take her credit. And she's right. So not only try to use that anger, aggression to heal externally, like going to the gym, making more money, looking better, I don't know, stuff like that, right? But also use that internally to the point where like you're crying out, you're releasing anger, you're screaming. Do that. Go to therapy. Go talk to someone. Use that anger to go out and talk to people. If you actually go out, if you're feeling some type of emotion, if you feel trapped, don't underestimate of going outside and interacting into social events. Even if you're introverted or you're shy like that, just go to social events. I notice it's a lot healing, because you're actually talking to an actual person. You're not bottled up by emotions by yourself. So meet new people, talk to different people, and that's how you're able to get out of that situation. If you're in an environment or area to where there's not that much people, then just drive around, or if you don't have a car, or just do something to where like you're always outside. Go walk around, but don't forget to heal your emotions. Don't forget to grieve. Grieving is important. Do your shadow work. You can top on YouTube on how to do that, and that's what helps me out a lot. You know, always find outlets to release your aggression and shit like that. Don't directed in the wrong way, even though it's very tempting. And what sucks that like you can actually do that without you even realizing it. So be careful of that. So you gotta not be paranoid, but you gotta check yourself. You know what I'm saying? But that's all I gotta say. And have a good one. And but not only that, but I'm also mad because within the healing journey, within the healing process, it takes a long time. It takes so long just to heal your emotions, and it takes a long time just to heal, man. It could be to anything. When you're trying to heal from narcissistic abuse or rage or anger or racing thoughts, it's not gonna happen overnight or a month. It may take years. It's taking me over 5 years just to heal from shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's what gets me so pissed off at how fragile the human body is. It's extremely fragile. It's scary, you know. So that's what gets me mad. It takes a long time, but once you get to the other side, it's gonna be worth it. You know what I'm saying? But again, that would piss me off sometimes because you always got to put in work. It's not that I'm lazy. It's annoying because it's always fucking there. You know. So that, and my conclusion is like that goes with everything in life. You're trying to build muscle. It takes time. When you're fasting, just like what Chauncey once said, it takes time. It takes time. Chauncey made a great point. Like it takes he's on a breatharian, and slash he's on a breatharian yoga slash journey, right? And he mentioned that like when he's doing these yoga stretches, like he's been doing yoga for like 4 years. He's been doing yoga for a long ass time, for like years, right? And he's also been doing that along with fasting and stuff like that. And he told us that for him it's not gonna happen overnight. It takes time. It takes years. It's just slowly but gradually, and you won't even recognize it. He even mentioned it's just like growing up. Like you're not realizing you're getting bigger. It just happens when you look in the mirror. It just happens, you know. And that's what he mentioned. And part of his healing journey is doing yoga and a lot of breath work and fasting. But even then, like for him, it didn't happen overnight. He's been doing this shit for years. You know what I'm saying? And same thing applies for like mental health and just anything. It takes time. Unfortunately, this is how this reality works. This is how it is, you know. So he's got to play by the rules, you know. But just slow and steady wins the race, and that's all I gotta say. Slow and steady wins the race, and it's all about having faith and be able to master those things. You'll be all right, you know. And have a good one, and good luck to you. And just know that you're not alone. And if you're watching this, if you're going through something, it doesn't have to be my situation. It could be something. And just know that you're not alone, and just know that you will get to the other side of it because you have spirit backing you up. You have spirit backing you up, and you have energy. And not only that, but you're alive. If you're alive, that means you're here for a reason, and you're meant for great things. Just the fact that you're alive. And it's common sense too, because think about it. If you're not here, that means you technically don't have a purpose. But just the fact that you're living and breathing, you have a strong purpose. And wherever you're going through, there's always answers to solutions. So whatever it may look like you're going through, that it seems like you can't get out of it, you will get through it. Have faith, believe in yourself, and do the healing work and find outlets to release that pain and anger, and always have a vision and believe in yourself. If you do those things, it's guaranteed success. And that's all I got to say. Have a good one. Peace.